Hello everyone, welcome back. So today's the day. We'll be getting rid of the Tweety Bird nails and I'm sad to see them go because 5 hours. It took me 5 hours. But you can see I have some minor nicks on my pointer finger just from work wear and tear. I had these on for about 3 weeks and yeah, it was just time for something new. I will be doing a soak off because I wanted to change my shape back to stiletto. So I find it personally easier to just soak off and start over than changing the shape, especially to stiletto. So yeah, I'll be soaking off both my hands. As you can see, I did have my right hand done to long stilettos for my trip, but then I cut them down just because it's easier to work with and I knew I was going to change them again. So I just been leaving that hand alone. But yeah, you'll see me starting to drill. You're going to want to drill as thin as you can get it. Also, a good hint is to work around and move around the nail plate because it will start to get hot, especially if you're working on a client and you don't want to traumatize your client because then they're going to be tense and expecting it to heat up. So, just move around the nails. You can see how thin I did get my nails before I soaked them off. All right, so once you drill down your nails, you can choose whatever soak off method you prefer. I usually just use some cotton, some foil, and some acetone, and I'll wrap each nail individually. Sometimes I will use my lamp and just put my hand in to kind of heat up the acetone a little bit. Heated acetone always soaks off faster. But once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and sand down our natural nails. I'm using my 180 fine grit sanding band, and I don't think I trimmed my cuticles this time just because I try not to trim so much every single time. But any like extra skin from just my dry cuticles, I will trim before I start my application. Next, I will be using my square tips. Any nail techs out there, please let me know what pre-stiletto shaped nails you guys use. I do use this brand. I get it on Amazon for my square tips. They're the best square tips I've personally ever used. But I haven't found any good stiletto tips that I feel like don't have a extra upward curve, if you know what I mean. I don't know. And then my coffin tips, I needed to order some more, so I didn't want to just use that. I'd rather just save it for my client, and I always keep extra square because I feel like that's the most common shape I use for my clients. So I went ahead and pre-measured my tips, and you'll see me trying to glue them even. I do have a couple crooked fingers, but yeah, you'll see me flipping my hand back and forth just to make sure it's even though with stiletto it's a little bit easier. If you do go crooked, it's easier to shape because you're filing off most of the tip anyways. Alright, so I did trim them just a little bit, but I only trimmed them to even them out. I didn't do too much of a cut down. I do prefer my stilettos on the longer side, and for the design that I was doing, I wanted more space. So you'll see me just doing a quick trim. I think I may have cut down my thumb a little bit more than the others, but yeah, that's about it. And then a good tip for cutting stilettos is to get it as close and even in the middle as possible so that it's less filing for later. I know when some people shape almond or stiletto, they kind of have trouble with seeing and not over filing on one side. So make sure you guys look at it and get a good guide before you start filing, and then don't just keep going ham on one side. Always file, then take a look, and then go back and forth, and make sure you look both ways if it's a little bit harder for you. So this is our shaping. As you can see, I try to get it as thin as possible, and then we will obviously file again later. So you can always, when you apply your acrylic, I know some people kind of pinch their product off to make it super thin and sharp, but me personally, I don't like having all that product on my fingers. So I will try to file it perfect to begin with, and then I will file at least 2 more times before we get into the design. Alright, as you've read by the title, we will be trying out the bangle trend. I love this because growing up, I loved gold, I loved bangles, the jade. So I did want to stay with the whites, the neutrals, browns, golds, and green. So green is one of my favorite colors, so I did have to incorporate that somehow. So you can see I dehydrate my nails with the Mia Secret dehydrator first, and then I go in with the Young Nails Bond. I will do 2 coats of this. The first coat, you really want to take your time, saturate your nail bed, and then the second coat I kind of go over really fast on that second layer. I find this is the combination that works the best for me. And as you've seen, the last nails, I had those on for about 3 weeks, so they did really good. I could have kept them longer, but it was time for something new. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys watch through the application process. I did this natural pink base. I used the Young Nails Cover Flamingo, and then I do add a little bit of I think it's like the Chisel Hot Pink. I'm number 11 maybe. I add a little bit of that hot pink into that Cover Flamingo, and it gives it this really cute natural pink. It's a little bit darker, but it still kind of has that natural look to it. It's my favorite combination. And I'll do that on my pinky and my thumb. No reason really for my thumb, but it's just an easier product to work with. And then I'll do my ring finger, my middle finger, my glow in the dark white That's just one of my go-tos as well. I kind of just combined all of my favorites into one set. And then on my pointer finger, I used a clear base. That also is the Young Nails Speed Clear that I use. And I think I used the clear on that one because I kind of wanted my cheetah nail to be more on the see-through side. So, and that's also why it was good for me to do a new set. I didn't know what I was going to do yet. I just kind of had an idea of what I liked. But yeah, so I'll let you guys watch the application process and I'll get back to you whenever that's done. Okay, and for the shaping today, I did use a 180 by 100 nail file. This is, I think, the square zebra files, they're called. But usually I will use 100 by 100. Um, but I think I accidentally got these, but I wasn't mad at it. They weren't too bad. I feel like when I do go get some more, I will go back to the 100 by 100 just to compare and see which one I really do like the most. It's not that much of a difference, but I do prefer the square files over the regular rounded ones. And for this set, I did end up going over the top of the nail with my file as well, just because I didn't feel like I needed to drill too much. The base wasn't lumpy, really. And with stiletto nails, it is a lot easier to go ahead and go in with a file. There's less surface area, and I don't know, sometimes a good hand file gets it so smooth and straight. So as you can see, I'm just going over the top. I go sidewall to sidewall first, and then I'll go underneath to straighten up from the bottom, and then I'll go over the top. So I will still seal with a 5-in-1 taper drill bit, medium. I think it was like a medium, with the one with the blue band, but it is a 5-in-1 drill bit cross cut. So I'll go in with that just to seal the cuticles, and we'll buff, and I'll get back to you guys when we start doing the design. Okay, so with this design, I think I ended up doing both the white nails matte, and then my pinky was going to be a French tip, my pointer finger was going to be the cheetah nail, and then my thumb, I was going to paint it green. So I kind of just, like I said earlier, I just did the pink base just because it was an easier powder to work with. And after you do, I think I used the Not Polish Matted top coat. I do like to cure that one at least 90 seconds, and then sometimes I still will go over with some alcohol and just swipe it, because I'm not usually a fan of the texture or look of matte nails, but for this specific design that I wanted to do on it, I thought was so cute. So I was just gonna have to deal with it. But you can see I'm painting the green on my thumb. The thumb is gonna be one of my bangle nails. And you know, I wanted to incorporate that green somewhere. So I put that at the bottom. And then the pointer finger, you'll see I'm doing that clearish brown base for my blooming cheetah print. And then on my middle finger, I decided to do a textured white cheetah print. I feel like I don't know what to call the brown design compared to the white design. You'll see in the video, but they're both versions of like cat prints. We'll say it like that. So, but you'll see. And then on my ring finger, it's another bangle nail. And then the pinky, I just decided to do this French tip right here with a 3D gold design after. So for most of my 3D work, I use this builder gel. I got it on Amazon and I really liked it. It does really good for me. Personally, I use it for my flowers, any charms that I will make, and for these bangle nails. So I'll just take it, and I did do different sizes for obviously the different lengths you'll need compared from the tip to the cuticle. And I'll just roll the balls out and kind of place them on there, and then I will go in with my applicator tool and kind of even them up and make sure that they're straight. But they do stick pretty well. You don't really have to do too much pushing on it for it to stick to the nail. I will put a layer of top coat on the top of it, not the whole nail, but just the tops. So I wasn't really too worried about them popping off or anything, which they usually don't. So this is a good product, especially if you're a first timer working with 3D art. It comes with this tool as well, and I just find it's almost like Play-Doh, and it does not cure until you put it in the light, so you have plenty of time to work with it, start over, and just really play around until you get the hang of it. But yes, so this is the blooming cheetah print that I was talking about. I do go in with the blooming gel twice just because I don't like to rush myself, and I would rather it be perfect than having to rush or restart and mess up. So I'll do a layer of the brown first, and then I will go back in with another layer of blooming gel and put just the tiniest bit of black in the middle. But yes, so for the bangles, I knew I wanted to incorporate the green, gold, and the cheetah print. I did like some pearls as well because I will be putting the pearls on my pinky with some gold balls. So I just really wanted everything to tie together and be the same theme, you know, even with all of them being kind of different. They were still along the same lines of same vibe. So these were so fun and so cute. I might have to keep these on for a minute because I'm in love and I'm obsessed. This trend is probably one of my favorites of the year. But yeah, you'll see me put the pearls and some diamonds in the builder gel, but you don't have to. I feel like I did that on just some of them because I wanted a little bit thicker, but I did it on somebody else. I did it on a client, and I put the diamonds just on the nail itself with some gold beads in between, and that was cute as well. You can also use chains. You can make your own chains or your own patterns with diamonds or the gold beads, silver beads, anything really. You just kind of make it your own. So I felt like that's what I like the most about it. Is you can change the colors, the vibes, the thickness, how many. So with my nails being longer, I did end up doing at least like 7 rows of bangles. So that was just really fun. I do recommend this. And I don't think I explained, but on the middle finger with the white cheetah print, that was a nail we did the matte top coat. So I'll go over with that design. I did it in white, and then you can either sprinkle clear or white, being that I wanted to keep it white. Clear or white powder over top, and then cure it, and that's what gives it that texture. You can also use glitter if you wanted a glitter effect. And then on the pinky, you'll see the gold ring that I was talking about. I don't have a non-white black polish, so I use a mixture of my black polish, a couple drops of clear top coat, and then I'll use my Macart nail glue for the thickness, and I'll mix that in together to then create that thick ring that I will later, you just cure for 30 seconds, and that chrome will just rub on so smooth and actually have that mirror effect that you're looking for. And these are just the finishing touches. You'll see I'll do that cheetah print on one of the bangles to kind of match with that pointer finger. I added some pearls and some gold beads as accents on the other fingers as well. So I felt like it just really tied in together, and these are the finished look. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do my nails today. Let me know if you guys want me to try anything else. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on for notifications on future videos. And I'll see you guys next time.